You can sense the intensity as they await the arrival of the Tennessee team here at Cleveland Stadium. The number one undefeated Volunteers prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Didn't make it on fourth down. T comes off. Standing right by Billy Ratliff, and T's coming off and starting to unhook his pads a little bit, and Billy says, "Don't unhook your pads. We're going to get the ball back."
Second down and 11 for Arkansas. 1:47 remaining. One timeout left. Call it 12 to go for the first down. Sterner lost the football! Oh my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered!
We made this play. You know, Billy Ratliff knocked this All-American guard back into the quarterback. He stepped in on his foot. Quarterback probably made a mistake, not just falling on the ball. Billy not only knocked it back, but he got the ball back for us. So,
how important was this fumble recovery?
Well, it meant the season. You probably didn't know that at the moment, but it absolutely meant the season.
Hello, this is Jeremy from Blue Water Climate Control. I grew up in Tennessee, and when I was 9 years old, the World's Fair came to Knoxville. I was in awe of the Sun Sphere. I dreamed of living in Knoxville. To me, it was the center of the world. After 24 years in the Navy, I've been around the world and visited dozens of countries. My family has moved all over. Now here we are running Blue Water Climate Control right here in Knoxville, the dream I had when I was just 9 years old. Blue Water Climate Control, veteran service, superior value.
What's going on, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Twitter? We're back, Billy. We took a little vacation.
That's what you call it. We've been gone for a while, man. I've been missing everybody.
Have you missed me?
I haven't had a chance to do that.
Oh, man. We got Matt Dummett, Jenny Van, Scott Howe, Big Vol Daddy. How y'all doing? Do I have I don't know if is this microphone working? It don't sound good to me.
I hear you loud and clear.
Sounds weird.
I mean, it just may be you.
Do I have an echo?
No echo.
No echo. Well, anyway, we've been working hard. We've got a lot of big news. I may give you a hint. I don't know. We might give a hint of what the big news is. I don't know. Who knows? We might give a hint or two. We've been working hard, or hardly working. I know I've been working hard. Have you been working hard, Billy?
Something like that, man, if you want to call it that. I mean, I haven't sweat, but I've been working hard.
We got a great announcement, a huge announcement, a ginormous announcement. We're starting Tap 40 Grill. Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill. Got some logo ideas. We hope to open, I don't know, middle of August. And hopefully we're not going to do a huge launch when we first open. We've got a lot of things to work out, some wrinkles to work out, some processes. And so we're going to try to open slow as we can. And excited about it. It's at 7535 Connor Road, Powell, Tennessee, off of Emory Road exit, right across from La Quinta, the Holiday Inn Express. So I could probably actually say I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Do you remember them commercials? I want to know what y'all think. We got these logos numbered. We've got a few things we're going to change, like this number 3 right here. We'll probably take the VFL because it's pretty much understood. And then I'll probably have Billy Ratliff's more in a signature style font somewhere. That's one of them. That's number 3. Give me a vote on what you want. There's number 1. How did number 1 and number 3 come up there? But that one's a good one. Tap 40 Grill. I kind of like that one. We've got a few different ideas. This is probably the one I like the least. Number 2. But that would fit a sign pretty well.
Yeah.
It's not square. So I said we got Crying Ryan in the house. Man, we hadn't seen Crying Ryan in ages.
I almost forgot who that was.
He's that punk from Farragut. You know who it is. The one that had to wear his Billy Ratliff shirt to school, remember, because he lost the bet?
My man. Yeah, okay.
See, he don't even remember who you are, Ryan.
I'm just messing. He know that.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to be starting. We're going to put everything we sell on the store, in the merchandise department, is going to be at this location. And I told one of our vendors I was talking to, it's going to be like a Cracker Barrel for Tennessee fans. You know how in the Cracker Barrel you got to walk through all that merchandise before you get to the restaurant? Well, that's kind of how it's going to be at our place.
Yeah, I go to Cracker Barrel. I'll be full before I get a chance to eating all the sweets.
Oh, I know. They got a lot of sweets. We'll have to put some candy. Maybe we can get some saltwater taffy in there. Yeah, some places sell that. So anyway, we're going to be doing that. We're going to move our studios into the location. We're going to have a stage for live music. We're going to have TVs everywhere.
I hope so.
We're going to have a couple of vintage pinball machines. A lot of you older fellas like me, y'all remember them pinball machines at the arcade when you was growing up. We're going to have 1 or 2 in there. Karaoke night. We'll be doing a lot of things. Got a pizza. I'm going to start showing y'all some pictures of the place. We already closed on it. It's a done deal. Let's see if I got a picture of that. This is with the previous name on it, but that's the building. It's a big place. For those of you that are around the Knoxville area, y'all probably have heard of the local chain Aubrey's. This was originally an Aubrey. And take his chat off. Somebody block him. He
must have called me.
I don't need to call him.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Orlando Nelson. Yeah, he said you need a grill master.
Well, he needs to come to work for us. Let me show y'all.
BVD.
Here's the bar. That's going to be Billy's hangout right there. The bar. Pretty nice. If you see behind those taps, that whole area back there is a beer cave. Got 14 taps. This is a look at the actual restaurant area. And this is probably going to be my favorite spot because it's probably going to bring in a lot of money. The old brick double decker pizza ovens.
That thing is huge.
Oh, it is huge. And that big old heat vacuum cleaner at the top, that's about how you explain it. It sucks all the heat out of that place. We're going to be having toasted sandwiches in that thing, big handmade pizzas. It's going to be out of this world. I can't wait. So let's get a vote on the logos. We're going to do this out of order. Number 3, we're going to change the VFL. Take it off and put Billy Ratliff's in kind of cursive. Where was number 2 at? There's number 2. It's not in Athens, Shane. Y'all wish you had these colors in Athens. And then there's number 1. Jenny Van likes the one I like. I know I liked her. I like that one. So we'll get some votes going on in here. Let's take this off. They've rearranged Restream, so I'm having to learn it all over again. So Matt says solid. How you doing, Sam? Matt says number 1. Which one was number 1? Crying Ryan says number 3. Let's see. Number 1 is this one. Oh,
that's 3.
That's 3. This is number 1. Did somebody say number 2? Let's see.
I see 1 and 3s.
1 and 3s. I'm thinking that. My boy Adam, he likes number 3. That's the one I like. Hey, Blake Rainey, how you doing? You're not making one though, BVD. So there you go. I'd be embarrassed. All right. Anyway, take that off there. Let's go over some news. Got some sad news.
What's sad news?
LaDarrell McNeil passes away. Took me a minute to remember him.
Hold on.
LaDarrell McNeil, former Vol, passed away.
33?
Number 33,
No
University
way.
of Tennessee, Florida football community is mourning the loss of 27-year-old former defensive back LaDarrell McNeil. The university shared the death of the Dallas, Texas native on social media. Post Friday, McNeil appeared in 47 games from 2012 to 2015, starting 41 of the last 43 games he played for Tennessee. Wow. McNeil recorded 219 tackles, 5 interceptions, 14 passes defended, 2.5 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles in his 4 years of Rocky Top. The cause of his death was not immediately available. Several of former Tennessee teammates and coaches took to social media to offer their condolences to McNeil family. Josh Dobbs was one of them. Brian Randolph, Willie Martinez, Trevor Daniel, they all gave their condolences. It's a sad day. And
gosh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw something about it last night. I think it was last night.
Of course, I haven't been on social media all day, so it's...
I don't know where I saw it at. Yeah, rest in peace.
Gosh, man. It's young. I mean, I remember him. He was a baller.
Yeah, he was a baller. I'll get right back to you, Adam. I see your comment there. We'll get to it. What else is in the news?
BVD is on you, man.
He can be on me all he wants. I'm not. Have you seen his art?
I've seen. Hey, I like his art, man.
What are you, blind? Are you Helen Keller now?
Huh?
Looks like Picasso.
Exactly.
But Picasso, drunk Picasso.
And that's even better because it's original.
All out of proportion. Nothing's in proportion. Got one eye about that big, another eye about that big when he draws a human.
It's called abstract.
Oh, that is a good term, abstract. Yeah, that is pretty popular.
Every artist is different. And when you see something like that, that's actually unique because it's different. And of course, typically your boy don't like your art.
I like Sean Johnson's art.
I can't stand it.
Why?
Because it's out of proportion.
It is not.
Have one eye this big.
Not with Sean. With BVD, you do.
No, Sean's.
No, you don't.
Seriously.
No, you don't.
Like he made this one painting that looked like it was electricity going through the body.
That looked good.
Nah, it looked like the wind blowing water.
No, that looked good. He's got talent. Falls football. Rocky Top Talk says Lane Kiffin speaks on infamous Tennessee departure. This made BVD famous. Lane Kiffin leaving town. What does this say? I want to read this. What a ride it's been for Lane Kiffin, from a young hotshot coordinator at USC to an NFL head coach, to Tennessee head coach, to USC head coach, back to college coordinator. Kiffin has seen it all. And to his credit, he hit rock bottom and come all the way out of it for the better. Let's see what he says about Tennessee. However, around these parts, you can't discuss Lane Kiffin without going back to that moment. You know, the one where he left Tennessee high and dry in January to take his dreams to USC. The one that seemingly sent Tennessee football program into the dumpsters to stay for the next decade. Here he quotes, "It's not like I was at Tennessee going, okay, there's 20 better jobs, and one opens, I'm going," Kiffin said. "If you're at Tennessee outside of USC because of how special it was to me, I don't know where you would go." Well, that was back then. It's not the same now, but yeah, I don't blame Kiffin. I mean, I know he did us wrong, but if you're going to go, go. If you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. If you want to be somewhere more than you want to be here, like my granny used to say, don't let the screen door hit you in the butt when you're leaving.
Nah, I tell you what mine used to say.
What'd she say?
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
So that's just an article. I'm just perusing through some of these articles for Tennessee. I understand we lost a recruiting coordinator to where'd he go? Notre Dame. Somebody said he went to Notre Dame. We got a 3-star wide receiver commits to Tennessee. But you know how you and I feel about commits till we get a signature signed on the dotted line.
So
it don't mean nothing.
You finally listened to me.
There ain't no finally. I've never kept up with recruiting for that reason. I got tired of getting all excited about all these recruits coming in, and then they change their mind. You know the first one that burned me on that?
Which one?
Chris Sims.
Oh yeah,
when we came from New Jersey, committed to Tennessee. He was on the Sports Animal and everything. I don't know if it was called that back then. And then it seemed like he wasn't. But days later, he changed his mind and went to Texas.
I mean, that's why I've never been a fan of like commits. Like I tell you this, even when I came out, I didn't commit to anybody. I mean, I just said I'll let you know when it's time for me to come. You know, I mean, how can you commit when you're taking the rest of these visits? Commit's supposed to be for at least one at a time, like one. Yeah. It's almost like a girlfriend in a sense, girlfriend, boyfriend. You commit to that until you get a little bit serious.
It's kind of like you ask somebody to the prom and you say, yeah, I'll go. And then at the last minute, you show up at the prom to meet your date and she was somebody else. And like, hold up. That's kind of what it's like.
I mean, I didn't. Hold on, Jeff. You believe? Go ask Coach Foreman. Did I commit to Tennessee? Go ask anybody. I was the last one on my signing class to even sign. Last one, because I didn't want to leave home. To be honest, I didn't want to come this far until my mom and them told me, hey, they're gonna come, and then they didn't come.
Speaking of your signing class, are you still on the record claiming Leonard Little in the class of '95?
I don't have to do that.
Well, I'm just saying that because
no, you said it because Jeff, I don't have to do that. You go to the books and read it yourself. Go pull it up. I didn't write it there. It shocked me.
So they're counting the class of when you got here, not how much eligibility you have left. What did he show up at Tennessee as a sophomore?
When did Alvin Kamara come to Tennessee?
96. He would have been a sophomore.
So when did Alvin Kamara come to Tennessee?
When he was a sophomore.
So what class was he?
I don't remember now. I'm trying to backtrack.
It would have been the year he came here, right?
I think, yeah, that would have been the year he came here. That would have been the class.
So he would have been in what book that he would have been in? The year that he came in it, right?
Yeah, but if you come here as a sophomore.
So if that's the case.
Why did hold up? See, anything I had to do with school, when you said you were the class of something, that was the year you graduated.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
So why do y'all call it the class that you got here?
Class of 95. That's when I got here.
I'm wondering why they do it with the year you got here, not the year you leave.
High school, and you're class of 95.
All right, we're gonna settle something right now. Jeff wants to know what's up with my turkey burger on the menu.
Man, ain't nobody having a turkey burger. Ain't nobody tasted. So how can you put something on a menu and you haven't tasted it?
Because I trust him.
I don't care.
I trust
that's just
him.
it. See. This is what, if you trust
I
anybody.
Trust
so if I tell you that I had the best piss burger and I made it with the juiciest of freshest liquids and ingredients, are you going to trust me to put that on the menu?
This is JC we're talking about.
I don't care who it is. It can be the president. It can be the Michael Jordan. I'm just saying, you got to try stuff.
He says he's not even charging us royalties.
Then, I mean, I'll take it, but still, you got to taste it before you put it on there.
Call up, Jeff, 865-424-1342, the Blue Water Climate Control Hotline, and tell me about this turkey burger, because it sounded good to me when you was telling it to me over the phone. Tell everybody watching what to expect at the Tap 40 Grill in Powell, Tennessee.
He said, terrible. Hey, exactly. Just like him telling me that I have never tasted your burger, but I trust that it's good.
I think you even told me it wasn't bad.
I told you that, but how can you tell somebody?
Well, because you told me.
That was 30 years ago. I ain't gonna tell you what I probably was, but we was having a lot of fun that weekend.
All right, we got a caller. Looks like it might be your boy.
What's the area code?
It's 704.
That's him.
Yeah, it's him. All right, tell me about it, JC. I believe you.
Well, first of all, I'm calling you guys from my hospital bed to tell you. I've been watching it. No, see you laughing. I had back surgery today.
Really?
I think I told Catfish about it.
I forgot about that.
I'm literally in my hospital bed right now.
Awesome.
So
Not
watching
awesome.
the show.
I'm glad you're watching this, though. Are you feeling okay?
Oh, man, I forgot. Hey, how are you doing, man?
Yep. Well, I got up and walked around. Like it's I feel better, like with the nerve damage and stuff that I had. You could tell that's gone. But yeah, it's just a little sore. But I should go home tomorrow. A little bit.
Are you following the orders?
Am I doing what?
You following doctor's orders?
Nah, man, I don't ever
exactly.
do that. So since you made this show about urine today, I made them take my catheter out because I didn't want to take it. Nobody wanted to hear that, but I had to add that to the show. I'm not following orders at all. But let's get to this turkey burger.
All right, tell me.
Now, Worm tasted my turkey burger like 15, 16 years ago. And he knew it was good then, and it's 10 times better right now. I've refined it and changed it over the years. Ask Deuce about it. Ask Head about it. Ask anybody who's been to the house, who's been to any of the cookouts. Ask anybody, they know about the turkey burger. I mean, I don't have to trumpet it. It speaks for itself.
So you said
this conversation we're having.
So you took some of the ingredients out of it?
I've changed it. Yeah, I'm not going to tell everybody. We're not going to talk about it right here.
Yeah, no secrets.
No, I'm not asking for what he got in it. I'm saying, did he take the ingredients out of it?
But it's different. There's some of the ingredients and some of the things are different than when you first had it. Yeah, it's better. It was good then. Even better now.
Now, did y'all cook them when y'all had them grills out at Gibbs Hall and all that? Did you cook it back then? Is that how infamous this burger is?
I was still eating beef at the time. So the reason why I perfected the turkey, because I stopped eating red meat in 2004. So I started perfecting the turkey burger then. So yeah, I was still eating red meat.
So do you still use pork and bean juice?
Man, there's no pork and bean juice. I don't eat pork either, so no pork, no red meat.
You know I had to throw you off there, JC. You know,
I'm not going to tell you my recipe on air. I'm not going to do it. But I tell you what,
Hey, you know, that's that as bruh man secret
this,
sauce, man.
It will be a best seller. Oh, and first of all, let me stop because I've done it with you guys personally, but I want to congratulate both of you on the show. Just I've seen and heard, and I saw what you guys went through to get it there, and I couldn't be happier for you. Whether you get my turkey burger or not, I'll take it down the street to one of your competitors. But I'm happy for you guys for what you're doing. You deserve it, and wish you nothing but success. And I'll post up. I need my own little section over there when I get there.
You got it. I don't care what Worm says. You got it.
I don't care what Worm says either. So it's one of those things. I'm just gonna do it.
Y'all gonna learn today.
We need to name a drink after Big Cat. We need to. What would the ingredients be from the bar of the Big Cat?
It has to be Hennessy out the bottle. It has to be you just have to hand somebody a small mini bottle of Hennessy.
That's it.
He ain't lying.
No rocks or nothing.
No rock. Just Hennessy straight out the bottle. You get you a small, like the half-gallon handle. Get you a small mini bottle or a glass with that handle and just give it to them. Hennessy straight. That's it.
We'll call it the Big Cat, and all it is Hennessy.
That's all it is Hennessy. Well, he's gotten a little fancier now. He drinks this Martell, this other stuff, but I'm going back to the Tennessee days. It was the Hennessy. He's a little fancier with it now, but everybody knows him for the Hennessy.
We might be having something of yours in there someday. I ain't gonna spill no beans unless you want to, but you're talking about you needed a place to peddle it.
Yeah, let me. We'll talk about that. We'll bring it back and work it out. I am actively working on that right now.
Cool. And
I want the label, and I want it all done before we talk about the details.
Would we be the first establishment to ever sell it?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's an exclusive.
Absolutely. It will be an exclusive.
That's awesome. So was Leonard Little class of 95 or 94?
So I asked Worm. He wasn't the class of 94. I think he was there. He was the class of 93.
Actually. Okay.
He was a year before me. He actually stepped foot on the University of Tennessee's campus in the fall of 1993.
Okay.
Worm? Am I right or am I wrong?
You right,
Billy. Okay. So he had to leave for a moment, and he came back in 1995.
So he loses his place in line.
He signed with the University of Tennessee's class of 1993 and was actually on campus.
And when did he?
That's the class he's in.
When did he show up?
He's the class of 1993.
When did he show up?
1993.
So he was here 93 on campus going to class.
He was in there practicing in 1993.
Where was he practicing at in 93?
At the University of Tennessee. He was there. Like, ask him about this.
Where was he at in 94?
So you don't know the story, do you?
Oh, I know the story.
I don't know. Tell me, JC.
No, that's his story to tell. But he's class of 1993.
Okay.
Ask him what class he claimed. That'll settle that.
What program was he located in?
It's not with Billy Ratliff and Jeff Cole. I used your government. Well, I didn't use your whole government name. I used your real name for that one. It's not what Billy Ratliff says. It's not what Jeff Coleman says. It's what that man, Ed Little. Ask him what class he claims.
When did he play, JC?
So you gonna tell that man he's wrong about his own class? Ask him what class he played.
When did he play, JC?
I thought.
Now listen. What do you think? Listen to what he thought. What did you think?
Your class of 95. What was the first year you played?
I was on campus. I was here.
Answer the question. You signed with the class of 95. What was the first year you played?
And I didn't go anywhere. I was here.
Hold up. I heard you went back to Magnolia a couple times.
I was still here. I was enrolled.
You were technically in Magnolia every weekend.
I was enrolled at the University of Tennessee.
See, you can't see a catfish. I got him cornered, and he's trying to worm his way out of it because he knows he's cornered and he knows he's wrong right now. Got it.
I didn't mean to get this started. I really didn't.
No. But we're good. The people heard the truth. They know. I'll just leave it at that. They heard the truth about the turkey burger, and they know about what class Leonard is in. I'll let you guys. I didn't mean to derail your conversation. I will let you guys get back to your show and let me watch so I can, just enjoy my little time here in this hospital. So let me get back to watching.
We need to get him back on the Volunteer Roadshow. We need to ask him. So it's on the record.
Ask him.
Yeah, we'll get him back.
Bill Worm could call him right now and get him on there. He won't do it because he knows what he's going to say.
Uh-oh.
He could call him right now. He pick up.
His camera fell. We got to use another tripod on that.
You guys enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. No, I'm done, Worm. You can call him. I'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
All right.
Yep, you guys ain't gonna never learn, huh? And you, out of all people, my partners don't listen to what I say.
I'm just
and
asking
you read
questions.
it. You read it though. You read it.
I know it said 95.
Then why are you questioning it?
Because I'm wondering why he's so old and being in the class of 95.
He had to go JUCO. Come on.
Why wouldn't he be the class of 97?
Oh my God.
Because that was the year he graduated. And you would be the class of 99.
Yes, you graduated then. And when you get there, you become that class.
I have to admit, and I know you're watching, JC. I know you're watching.
Because I only accept facts.
Why if it wasn't the class of 95, why do they have 95 in the program?
He played JUCO in 94.
I know that. I'm asking. I'm on siding with you. I'm siding with you.
Then why do you keep bringing it up when you don't want to accept the fact?
No, it's not the fact. It's like
what is it then? What is it? Tell me what it is.
JC brought up a good point.
It ain't no point. That's how JC argue with it.
Yeah, he does argue. He does debate. The great debater.
I don't debate. I just go with I read and what it says. It's not about. I don't care what class he in.
He was
I'm
still
just
good.
saying when he showed up on the program, it said, I was like, how the heck is he in 95?
So you questioned it too.
When I first saw it on the program, I said, how's that? And then when I realized, okay, that's why then.
So, but he only had, hold on. He had 3 years of eligibility left when he got here, correct?
Yes.
And somebody brought up a good point. He was at Coffeyville Community College. That place has produced
used to be loaded.
That's like everybody that was going to go to some big time school went there first.
Loaded. Yeah. And you know why they go there?
Why?
Because ain't nothing there.
They can't catch a Greyhound back to Magnolia.
Ain't nothing there. That's why they all go to East Mississippi Community College. Ain't nothing there. Nothing.
All right, I'm going to ask you straight up, and you don't have to answer it. How many times did you catch a Greyhound back to Magnolia and nobody knew you left?
3.
3? Was there any other times that they knew you left, or was that the number of times you went total?
Total. They didn't know neither time I was going. I never.
And did you really ask Sean to take you and he didn't want to take you?
They couldn't take me. They couldn't take me.
Did they get in trouble?
Yes. Coach Foreman already warned all of them. If anybody take Worm to the bus station, anything, that's your scholarship.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was serious. So hey,
which time was it that Coach Caldwell beat you home and he was there waiting when you got there.
That
At least that's the rumor I heard.
That's the second time.
Oh, and you went back again?
Mhm.
Wow. Well, at least I hope you felt wanted. You know they wanted you.
Well, I didn't really take it in seriously until my grandmother told me the exact thing that you said there. I said, it must be something about you them folks like, because they keep coming back trying to get you. Like normally, she said, people don't do that to just anybody. They just, I'm like, okay. I mean, at that point, I didn't care. I just wanted to be home.
How long were you there on campus when you left the first time?
Let's see. So school has started.
You were there for the summer of 95, yes. Right?
School. Well, I didn't get there until August, which was reporting, because I didn't come this summer before. I didn't report early like a lot of guys did. I got here August. I forget what it was, like the first, when it was reporting time, report for the freshmen. So I left, it would have been a week. So second week was when we got Pell Grant, was that Wednesday. So that next Tuesday was when I left.
So you weren't there that long?
No. It was basically, I was there long enough to go to class for a couple of days. And that's really what triggered it to me to go home, because I didn't feel like they were teaching. They didn't care about me in a sense, because, you get to college, it's a lecture. It wasn't like a one-on-one thing like you got in high school and stuff, and they're at the board teaching you how this stuff worked. They were just talking to you, and then you get up, they tell you what to read the next time, or homework is due, or paper due. I wasn't used to being taught that way. So I felt like, and just being honest, I think I was the only Black person in the class. So I felt like they weren't trying to help me. I was like, but then I realized when I came back and Miss Jackson was telling me some stuff, and she's like, well, baby, it's not that. It's just, there's not a lot of us here.
Oh, because it was summer.
Yeah. Well, no, this was fall.
Oh, fall.
Yes, it was fall. You're talking about 200 people in our auditorium, and it was just different. It was a cultural shock for me.
Wow. So you just dipped out.
I dipped. I got it was $22 from Knoxville to McCall, Mississippi. 29 hours.
Yeah, the last 5 times I've rode the bus, Billy, I said when I got off, that's the last time I'm gonna ride the bus.
I didn't have no issue with it. That was $22. I was like, what?
Not a long time ago. What's up, Killamime? You need to come up here this year, Killamime. It's official. We've got our place, 7535 Connor Road. The old Aubrey's in Powell off of exit 112 on 75. Some of y'all just now joined. I'll go back through some of the images in case you haven't seen it yet. This is the picture of it, the old place. That's my car there. Got to get the sign down and put Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill up there. There's the bar. There's the inside of it, part of it. And there's a pizza oven. Here's the logos. I want to get, in case there's somebody new in here, this is logo number 3. Logo number 1. And logo number 2. Which one do you like? I kind of like number 3. That's the one I like. Which one did you never told me which one you like.
What do you mean?
You never told me which
you
one.
Never asked.
Yeah, I did the other day when I first showed you.
You showed me. You didn't say
and
which one you like.
You said these 2.
You said, hey, here go the logos. I said,
no, I said which ones you like.
Hey guys, he asked everybody else before me.
No,
see?
I did not. I asked you as soon as I got them. I like number 3. But there's number 1.
What's number 3?
Well, we'll change the wording up there. I'm talking about just the circle. the logo part of it. I like this one for a sign because it's oblong and our sign is 10 by 20. So it's double the width as it is tall. I don't know. We'll probably end up taking something that's not even any of these three by the time it's done. Oh, me. Me and the family are coming for the Georgia-Tennessee game. You better come see us. Come see us. We'll get you a special deal if you want at the La Quinta right across the street.
I like what,
but I got to know a little ways ahead of time if you want to book it. We're 4 miles north of the 640 on 75. Probably 15 minutes from downtown.
I mean, with no traffic, about 10, yeah, you're right, about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too far. We're not too far away. Adam Bumgardner brings up a good point. Need a checkerboard in there somewhere. Well, there's going to be a checkerboard somewhere. We're going to have a lot of memorabilia, a lot of signs, prints, T-shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff. Everything we sell online, we'll have for sale in there. So appreciate the suggestion, Adam. We're looking for some help. You can go to volunteerroadshow.com, and at the top it says employment. Click the link, fill out a little short questionnaire about yourself and what you're looking for, and I'll get an email when you send it in, and we'll have somebody get in touch with you, the HR department. Oh, man. Let's see.
It's been a while since we've been out here, man.
I know. And I was actually sleepy when I started. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I wasn't my normal, loud, funny self. That's because Billy loaded me up with some mac and cheese, 3 big old pieces of catfish, and some French fries.
I still need to eat. I haven't eaten anything yet.
See, that's what I don't get about you. Every time you cook, it's normally a half an hour after everybody eats before you even get up and go eat. How do you do that?
Easy. I'm not hungry.
Is it like mortification or something like that where you're...
I think it's more of just kind of the exhaustion from doing it all.
You're just tired? That makes me hungry, though.
Well, I mean... Plus, I mean, I do nibble, like take a little piece here.
You know, if I wouldn't eat so much, if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't even be fat. That's the only thing keeping me fat is eating.
Well, no, it's from all those curls you do with that spoon.
I tell you what, we haven't got to tell everybody. Tell them about Wednesday, this past Wednesday. Remember when the president of Performance Food Group had us come up to his office, took pictures, and couldn't believe he was standing there with Billy Ratliff? And
that was actually an awesome meeting, man. I wish I was able to eat more.
We got video footage of it. They opened up a professional kitchen, private, for Billy and I. Had all the bigwigs, VPs, presidents, their head chef. And they were cooking us everything just about that they sold. And the last thing about crippled me. I almost needed a wheelchair from that cake.
That cake was good, man.
Oh, my gosh. Right now. I could not believe that was pre-made cake. That was the closest thing to homemade that I've ever had. It was good. What they call that? Something... Three something Trace leche or something. Oh my gosh. We're definitely going to serve that in the restaurant. I don't know if David Newcomb heard we're opening up Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill, Emory Road, Knoxville, Tennessee. Closed on the joint, been cleaning and remodeling, meeting vendors, having water filter systems put in, dishwashers put in. We're just needing a lot of help. Gonna probably not have a grand opening until we've been open a couple weeks, so we can kind of learn how we want to lay that kitchen out, because we're going to do a lot of our appetizers from scratch instead of frozen like most places. We're going to have a modest menu, but what we do, we're going to try to do better than anybody in the state. And where we're going to kill them, I hope, is with service. If we can get some good trained, smiling faces that love being at work and love working for a Tennessee legend and a legendary truck driver, I believe that we can make our mark in Knoxville, Tennessee. I know we can. Oh, Scott says tres leches. That means 3 cheeses, I think. But I think it's got like cream cheese. Like, I think it's 3 kind of milk is what it is. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's good.
Yeah.
And I've thought about taking it and taking some fresh strawberries, mixing up a sugar type syrup with it and pour over the top. Maybe do the same with blueberries and or even chocolate.
Caramel, will just be perfect.
Yeah. But it's awesome. And we're going to try to have some great milkshakes in there. Pizza oven, real good, high quality topping pizzas. Wings, of course, if we can even buy wings. But you know what? We're going to do a little bit different because wings is actually double and triple any other piece of the chicken. And I have no idea why. We've talked to our meat supplier of getting an extremely small chicken thigh. That's maybe off of a 3 to 4 pound bird. And it'd be about the size of a double drumstick of a wing, you know, as far as meat, and cook it the same with the same sauces we do for our chicken wings. We might even do some really small legs, while the shortage of chicken wings are out there. And it's a real shortage. And we're going to do great burgers, never frozen, only fresh, high quality Angus burger. That burger that they cooked for us, where they ground it there,
that was
it's fresh ground. You could tell that wasn't just a patty that you get. Even the thawed out burgers that you get prepackaged at Walmart or Ingles or Kroger's, this is like better than the fresh deli at Kroger.
That was different.
Yes.
I was like the butcher.
No wonder why it's so expensive, but I think if you have a really quality burger, I think and the bun was great.
What was that bacon sauce stuff?
Oh my gosh, it was called bacon jam. That about put me to sleep. Bacon jam. And he gave me the recipe to that, and it's really easy.
Oh man.
Bacon jam. It's a sweet with little bacon in it. And he just spread it on the burger.
That was good.
Oh, we're going to have all kinds of burgers. We're going to have a lot of things named after former players. What are we going to name it? We're going to have Billy Ratliff's potato salad for sure. What are we going to name after Billy? We have to do something good. What do you want?
We already got the restaurant. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to at least try the turkey burger and see how it sells. So if it don't sell, JC will understand. We have to take it off the menu and put something else in there.
He will understand.
Yeah, that's true.
He gonna say y'all did something wrong too.
He says he's going to come show me how to cook it. That's what he says.
Oh gosh.
Maybe the Angry Owl burger.
I'll be hot at y'all did that. He's like, why y'all think I'm angry?
Oh, I've already talked about I've already cleared this with Jarvis Rito, the po' boy. He wants a good po' boy. What makes a po' boy a po' boy? Because I've had po' boys at a bunch of different places, and they ain't always the same. I'm having a feeling that most of these po' boys I have is nothing but just lettuce and shrimp on a hoagie, and it ain't a real po' boy. You from New Orleans?
I mean, like, I've never really been a big fan of it, but every time I ever had one or seen one, it was just the amount of food that you have on it. You know, the shrimp po' boy, where the shrimp is falling off the edge.
Yeah,
the bread is huge.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you got to have good bread for that. French bread.
Yeah, see, I get some of these po' boys. They get you like 6 or 7 little tiny shrimp. That's
Yeah,
it. The rest is lettuce and tomato and
no,
big old huge bun.
That's when they're really taking the name to extreme.
Yeah, you so po.
It
Yeah.
is po.
We're getting some suggestions for you, Billy.
Talk to me. What we got?
Scott, our buddy down there in Knoxville says Billy Ratliff's ice cold 40-ounce malt liquor.
Have some 40 ounces. Get some 40-ounce Bud Lights.
Billy's bacon cheeseburger, says Craig Hampton.
Hey, that's my boy there. Hey, if it wasn't, I'll tell you like this, Craig, man. Craig got me right, man. He got my mind right to be a better athlete in high school.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So he's a Magnolia boy?
Oh, yeah.
So could he play? Was he as good as you?
Craig can play basketball, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Could he beat you one-on-one?
Back then, yeah. Craig was nice. Craig didn't really show everybody, but I know Craig can play.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch those sneaky ones. They sandbag you till you put a 20 down on the side over there, and then they got you. They got that limp until you throw your money down, and that limp's gone. I know about them. Know all about them.
Yeah, we used to do that in college. I always, like me and Jermaine Copeland, we go shoot ball places, and of course, they picked me. They wouldn't expect me to play the way I was playing.
You showed out, didn't you?
Oh man, basketball was my thing, man.
Could Jarvis play? He's pretty tall. Back then, he was athletic, though.
No.
He wasn't athletic?
He was athletic for a football player, man. I mean, he's still offensive lineman, Bobby.
He couldn't post you up?
Heck no.
Out of all the defensive linemen that started when you were playing, who was the best ball player? Sean Ellis said he probably was when I talked to him.
Sean can play ball.
Even as big as he was?
Oh, yeah. Sean was light on his feet, man. He just wasn't fast, straight ahead. But, I mean, he was a good ball player, post you up, good stuff. I mean, he was.
Did he have a good turnaround shot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was a McDonald's All-American.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, we got another suggestion for another menu item on the Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill. 7535 Connor Road, Powell, Tennessee, off exit 112. Here you go. The double bacon cheeseburger, says Jason Young. That's more like it. I don't know. You're losing some weight.
Huh?
You're losing some weight.
I got to, man.
See, I never thought that I'd ever outweigh you. But you cheat, though.
What you mean? How'd I cheat?
You leave like them cookies you left down there on the counter. You know you don't eat them, but I eat them. You hate oatmeal raisin. Watch this, catfish. That's his favorite cookie. I'm gonna leave them out. I know I'm not gonna eat them because I hate oatmeal raisin. But I'm gonna leave them out there. And what did I do? I grabbed 2 before I come up here.
See, I'm still puzzled because somebody said they was gonna send us some little Debbie cakes.
Somebody did.
I think you ate them Debbie cakes.
What are you talking about?
You just
them Star Crunches.
You left them in the car and just you was eating them on them and throwing.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Throwing the packages out the window, so you could leave no evidence.
I wouldn't do you that way because I know you wouldn't do me that way.
Oh Lord!
You think I'd really do you that way? I know you'd do me that way, and you'd leave the No, what you'd do is you'd eat all the oatmeal cream pies and leave the wrappers out, knowing that I had seen that you ate them and I didn't.
I wouldn't do you like that.
Yeah, you would.
I wouldn't do you like
you would. Scott says Isaiah Victor dunked on me back when the half courts were right beside the track fence. What did your boys say? Craig Hampton, Billy could have gotten a scholarship in basketball. Heck of a power forward. You're a power forward?
I play whatever they want. Yeah. I remember they used to make me do the jump bar. And of course, I was undersized, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you guys remember Eric Dampier that played at Mississippi State. 7-footer. And I remember we would do jump ball. And, the cheerleaders, they'd be saying, "Leap, Billy, leap. Get up off your feet." I would look over at them and be like, Do you not see who I'm getting ready to jump against here? This man elbow is on my forehead. But I handled mine though. Took a couple charges.
Did you flop?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Flopping. See, people don't understand, man. Flopping been around for a long time, man.
Yeah.
But
nobody flops like LeBron. Wait a minute.
Who
I
does?
seen him flop the other day. Who was that? Where the guy lifted his elbow up. He missed his face by about 6 inches, and then the guy,
Chris Paul,
when he went out like that,
was it Chris Paul?
I think that's who it was. I said, "Come on, man, that's the worst one I've ever seen."
But I thought there was supposed to be a rule in place.
They're supposed to be
flop because they I think when did it was the inception was who was it? Was it Ginobili?
Yeah,
because he used when he was what was it Sacramento with the Kings, and he was always flopping.
Yeah,
but they just blame LeBron for the flopping. Everybody flop. Go look. I mean, right now you go watch the Suns and the Bucks and watch how many people flop.
Well, there was a subject to come up. At Bobby Graham's party on July, it wasn't July 4th. What day did we go over? It was Saturday.
It was the third of July.
MJ or LeBron? First of all, if it wasn't for them shoes, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I think he was good. But here's some facts. Michael Jordan didn't win a championship until Larry Bird had chronic back pain. Dr. J was out of the league. The bad boys were not so bad anymore, and the Showtime was about out. Because up until then, he got bounced the first 5-6 years in the league. But I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying he's not better than LeBron. I'm not saying that. But when somebody asks me, MJ or LeBron, you know what I'm going to say?
Magic Johnson.
Yep. And the reason I say that is because that's who I would pick first on my team. And I would pick Larry Bird second. And Kareem would be my center over Shaq. Because he can shoot a free throw. He got an unstoppable shot. I'm not saying that MJ wouldn't be on my dream team. I'm just saying.
Here, I want everybody to answer this question here, and this is what make me think the difference between all of them. Everybody that's comparing this man to a legend like Michael Jordan. You mean to tell me that's the only player that they're comparing this man to?
Well, I don't know why they're not comparing Kobe.
Well, I mean, yeah, but let me finish. This man is still building his legacy. Building. And they comparing someone that's still playing to someone that's, he's retired. He's done. He's done everything he's did. You're talking about a man that is still playing at a high level at his age.
How old is he?
What, 37, 36 or 7?
Is he really that old?
Yeah.
Hey, seemed like last week he come out of high school.
I mean, he's been playing that long. I mean, I know why everybody don't like the man.
All right. You may be right, and I may be wrong about Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson. But you can't deny this. MJ owes a lot of money to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird for bringing the NBA back. It was dead, tape delayed finals until them two came along. Magic and Larry, the greatest rivalry in the history of the NBA, played their best in the greatest decade of all basketball ever, from the past all the way for the next 500 years. Nothing will ever top 80s basketball. They brought it back. Did you realize that the final NBA finals were tape delayed hours before they hit the TV, before Magic came along? And Larry Bird, man, I couldn't stand Larry Bird. You had no idea how much I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand McHale. I couldn't stand the Chief. I couldn't stand DJ. I couldn't stand Ainge. You know, I didn't even like Eric Ainge for a long time because of his last name. That's how you have no idea. No, 80s basketball was the greatest by far. Let's see, what is Craig Hampton said? LeBron should be compared more with Magic Johnson instead of Jordan. Kobe and Jordan are more similar. I agree with that.
Yes. See, and see, that's now we're see, you hear how he said that?
Mm-hmm.
He made sense. You know why? He's doing what I call CS.
Critical thinking and common sense.
He's speaking basketball. See, people don't speak basketball when they try to compare Jordan and LeBron. Because, like, in me personally, I'm going to take LeBron because he's an all-around player. He makes everybody better around him.
So did Magic.
He's not selfish. You know, he is successful in all categories on the stat sheet. And I'll take that every day. No, don't get me wrong about MJ. MJ, yes, when it's time to win the game and you need that shot, Mike gonna go get it. That's not what LeBron does. LeBron uses his game and he try to get it to the best player that he think can make that shot. He create things that a lot of players can't do.
It sounds like you're describing Magic.
I mean, hey, Magic too. Magic was a good one. But it's just LeBron's just a freak athlete.
Now, when you're talking about athlete, hands down.
Freak athlete, man.
Hands down. He's strong.
Big and fast as he is. Gosh.
Big, fast. He does flop, though.
All of them flop, man. Here, if MJ was playing today, he'd be flopping too.
I think I don't like the rules. I don't like this. I saw a meme the other day. I don't know if you call it a meme or whatever. It had a picture of the infamous Larry Bird 3-point walk off. He had his hand up in the air before the ball started coming down. He knew he won the 3-point contest against Dale Ellis. It had that picture of him holding his number one sign up, and it said the number of 3-pointers that Larry Bird, he was known for 3-point. He was deadly. Was like a third of what they are now. It's just turned into nothing but threes. We go down there and you and I will watch a basketball game and there'll be 15 straight 3-point shots.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and miss half of them.
That's all they do now.
And not just barely over the line. I'm talking launching them.
From half court.
From when I was growing up, they called that, it was further out of town than downtown. This was like from the next county.
Right, that was like trick shots. That was like
why do they do that? It's just turned into a 3-point shooting contest in the NBA now.
It's easier for
and the points are going up. Man, when I was in my heyday of watching the greatest decade of ever, and I'll keep saying that, the 80s, you hit 100 points, you done something. That was a big night.
Well,
and now you have two teams both go over 100 and they one score 103, 105. You call that a barn burner in my day. That's a low scoring game now because they're hitting 115, 120 sometimes. Yeah. And that's because they spread the court out because they're shooting so far out. They almost need to go to 6 men. if they're going to have that kind of a 3-point line, and you got guys like Steph shooting them from 10 feet behind the line, you really need to go to 6 men, or at least have a defensive player that's all he does is stay on the defensive end of the ball, and those points will go back down. That's the only way you can counter that. I don't know of another way you can counter it. Nobody drives the paint anymore. Nobody posts up anymore.
Dunking is not even thing.
Yeah.
Dunking is not even fresh anymore. I mean, like the dunk contest, these guys are doing some of the craziest dunks, and people look at it like, oh, that's it. Do you not know what this guy did? Oh my God. And here, I'll tell you the next player that people would never forget ever that played in the NBA. And because he changed the game. And Michael Jordan was one of those players. He changed the game because as a kid, you know, you're growing up, everybody was, hey, MJ, as soon as they let it go, MJ. Player today that does that now is Steph, because as soon as these kids shoot the ball in high school, they saying, Steph. They throwing it up and they turn around before it go in because they're seeing Steph do it. But
I don't like it, actually. I'm going to tell you that right now. I just don't.
That's just how it is now.
No more defense. You look at the defensive player of the year and you look at him, he wouldn't even make all NBA defense in the 80s.
Well, Bobby, I'm going to tell you what I keep telling everybody, man. The players customize their game to what the rules allow them to do.
I'm not blaming the players.
It's that's how it is.
I'm blaming the NBA.
You know, like when people tell me that LeBron James couldn't have played in the 80s.
Oh, he could have.
Easily.
Who says that?
Everybody says that because of what he's doing today. Like he's flopping stuff because he's flopping because they're allowing him to flop. They saying that this man wouldn't be able to fight. Man, you crazy, man. Y'all, people think that because these guys are not fighting on the court, they can't fight. Come on, man. Believe that, y'all.
There were some fights back in the day.
Run up on one of these guys and run up on LeBron and try to and think he's gonna back down from you because you can fight. Man, these guys are huge, man. Y'all believe that y'all want to, man.
I agree with you on that.
Believe that you want to, man. I mean, you talking about 6'8", 260?
Yeah, he's a big youngin'. But see that it's a bunch of one-on-one basketball.
That's all it is now. There's no such thing as a.
They don't have the heart they had back then.
The closest thing to a team right now in the NBA right now is the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, Booker's no joke. I saw a thing on Magic was about high 70s in his free throws, and he always watched the box score of Larry Bird. What did he shoot? And Larry was in the 80s. So Magic says, I'm not going to let him beat me in anything. And he went out there and shoot 1,000, 2,000 free throw shots, and he got up in the mid-80s. Now, that's not great now because these kids can shoot, but back in the day, that was a great free throw. But that's what they don't have that rivalry. Name a rivalry like Magic Larry right now. You can't.
You can't. They won't allow that today.
I mean, when in December, when you have their first meetup of the season, Lakers Celtics in the 80s, it had the vibe of like a heavyweight fight, like a Conor McGregor Diaz fight. I mean, it was back in the Forum, or the Boston Gardens.
Everything's changed.
Everybody watched that game.
I mean, you got to think about this. Every sport has changed. There's not even. Can you even think of a heavyweight boxer today? Can you name one?
No. The UFC ruined that.
You remember back in the day, you can name how many heavyweight boxers back?
No, I can't say you should blame the UFC for that. You should blame the boxing guys for that because they allowed the UFC to take over because they got so boring.
Exactly. And you talking about they
didn't have a personality like Mike Tyson.
Dangerous sport now.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think I'd fight one of them bantamweights. I don't know. I'd probably take one of them.
I'm not stepping in the ring with none of them.
But yeah, the UFC, it's the thing now. Who's going to win? Who's Portier and McGregor?
No, that's just
What's the series? This is
know,
what
man.
their second. That's got to be their
They
second or
got
third.
They set up another fight already?
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
God, are you serious? No way, man.
We watched the rerun on TV. It was McGregor Diaz #2. Because I think
Yep, you're right.
Diaz won the first one I think it was a decision or something.
It's
And man,
night?
I watched #2.
Tomorrow night?
Those guys were killing each other. The heart in those two guys. I love Nate Diaz and his brother, but you thought you had him out. McGregor pounded him. I mean, he was tagging him. First couple 3 rounds, I thought Diaz was going down, and it just seemed like he just got a second win. You know, when somebody's not afraid to take a punch and has had a bunch of butt whoopings in his life, that's the kind of guy you don't want to fight.
No.
Because he knows what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still there. I wouldn't fight him.
No.
And I probably outweigh both of them about 75 pounds. I still wouldn't. It puts you in that jiu-jitsu arm bar thing. Nope. It'd probably be real funny. It'd probably more of a pay-per-view comedy if I was to get in the ring one of them. I wouldn't play fair. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'd poke them in the eyes. I dang sure would.
You do like Mike Tyson.
There is no such thing
he gonna bite his
as
ear
a
off.
fair fight. No such thing as if you fight fair, you're fighting to lose.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I forgot those. That's it. I don't know anybody else. I don't know.
Who was that Mexican that beat that Joshua guy? I mean, beat him. He was a paper tiger. He had what was that saying? Body like Tarzan, play like Jane. That was that Joshua guy. I couldn't believe that Mexican. Of course, a Mexican. I'm not trying to be racial, but you can't hardly kill one with a baseball bat. That Oscar De La Hoya, no, not De La Hoya. Who's the one before that was you could hit him with a baseball bat and it wouldn't do nothing?
I tell you,
Julio Cesar Chavez, back in the day, he could take a punch. All the Mexicans can take a punch.
I told you about that. That's what's called Vegas likes to make money.
Oh, I know that. Vegas wasn't built on winners. I know that.
Just like you think Phoenix is going to sweep the Bucks.
I think they are.
They're not.
Watch.
They won't.
The way I was hoping the Bucks would win it, but
well, you're gonna change it, and I'm glad you said it on the air. That's what I was doing. I was setting you up to say.
I was hoping they would, but after them first 2 games,
exactly.
It's over. It's over.
So what are you gonna say tomorrow night?
If the Bucks beat them, like you said,
by 35,
I say it's rigged.
Oh gosh, why can't you give people credit when credit is due?
Because let's go back and let's repaint the story the way we talked about it. I said, what did I say? Unprovoked. We weren't even talking about basketball. I was sitting on the couch. You were sitting on the recliner. What did I say? I said, Phoenix is going to do what to the Bucks?
You said that they're going to
sweep them. And you said, I'm going to paraphrase, there's nothing on TV but Major League Baseball. Do you think they're going to let that happen? If what you're saying is true, that what else is on TV has anything to do with the outcome of that game, you just told me the game is rigged.
How is it going to get rigged then?
Then what does it have to do with baseball being on?
It's called Vegas gonna set the spread to where they're gonna make you go take the Phoenix Suns.
But whatever I do and you do on the betting shouldn't influence the outcome of the game.
I know that, but I'm saying if they go put the spread over there, here, I'm gonna give you an example.
All right, we're done with this.
No.
I got
you
$6 in my account, and I'm fixing to show you something.
You're getting ready to listen to what I'm saying. So here, guys, I'm gonna let y'all jump in on this situation.
I was saving this for college football.
If the Milwaukee Bucks are favored by 20 points tomorrow, who you gonna take, Bobby?
If the Milwaukee Bucks are favored by 20, I'm taking Phoenix all day.
And that's what Vegas wants you to do.
Well, that's what they're going to get me to do if they put a line. We've been through around this mulberry bush 100 times.
And how many times you won when I told you to go the opposite way?
That is not the point. The point is, if Vegas puts 20 points on the Bucks, I'm taking the Suns all day.
Exactly.
There's 4 points now.
But right there, that's how they get people. The perception that makes people go that way is how Vegas wins money.
Well, I'm telling you right now, they're already setting this game up. And I hate it because Phoenix is a 4-point underdog in this game. You know, everybody and their brothers jumping all over Phoenix.
Exactly. They're going to take the money. And look, hey guys, I gave him an easier situation. I told him if Tennessee Alabama game this year, what's the game at? Is it in Alabama?
I done forgot.
So if it's in Alabama,
it don't really matter.
No, listen, and then watch. Everybody's going to understand what I'm trying to say. What Vegas does, and I don't even care what the spread is. I can tell you who's going to win based off the spread, just not by knowing. So if Tennessee playing at Alabama and the spread comes up that Tennessee is favored by 7.5 points, who do you take?
Alabama. I take Alabama if Alabama's favored by 15 over Tennessee this year.
But I'm saying if Tennessee's favored by 7.5 points, who do you take?
First of all, we need a different analogy because
I'm giving you an easy one.
I learned a long time ago, don't ever bet for or against Tennessee, ever.
Why can't you answer the question?
Because you're setting me up in a trap and I know what you're trying to do.
What I'm saying is,
I know you just tell everybody what would you do.
The line is, I'm taking Tennessee by 7.5 points,
and they're favored by 7 over national champion Alabama.
Exactly. So if the line is set like that, if Tennessee is favored against Alabama, something ain't right.
What you're telling me is it's rigged then, or Alabama or the Vegas knows something about Alabama that nobody else knows.
It's called they want to win money. They don't care about Tennessee.
First of all, Tennessee would never be favored over Alabama ever.
Well, I was favored by them a lot.
Well,
so you saying Tennessee would never? I get that now, but I'm saying though, and I hope you bite your words one day because it can happen, Bobby.
Oh, I know it can happen.
No, you don't.
I think that if the ball bounces our way. Like in 2009 with Lane Kiffin, we had no business in that game, and we could have won it on a field goal, 12-9 or whatever it was, and the missed field goal. And Alabama, on paper, was a far better team.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody can lose on any given Saturday or Sunday or Monday.
According to you, only Tennessee can lose on any given Saturday.
See, no, I'm just used to it.
Well, that's your problem.
Because they poop the bed every time I turn around. Every time I get my hopes up. Every time I think it feels like 98, and I go, man, you know what that smells like? It smells like the same way it did this day in 1998. We win in the national championship. Every time I do that.
Well, here, I'll give you an example.
I get hurt.
You did not feel like that in 98.
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
But I did about midway through the season.
You did when we was getting our tail whooped by Arkansas.
Oh, you don't even want to know what I was saying about y'all.
Exactly. You did exactly what everybody else said. They did the Tennessee thing. Man, what the heck is that?
I'll tell you. That back then there wasn't no such thing as that.
Yeah, right.
Now in 2021, when you say that, what blankety blank 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 is the most Tennessee thing that Tennessee could do? All right, that could be a couple of things. Start out the season in basketball, great. Several upsets, doing great. Going into the SEC part of the schedule, doing great. And starting to get towards the end of the season, they lose a couple they shouldn't. and another one they shouldn't, and they just get into they start out as a 1 seed, and by the time the end of the season, they're about a 4 seed in the SEC tournament. They win a couple of games, and then they lose, and they get into the the tournament, and we have high hopes again. We forgot all that happened in the SEC tournament game just a week before, and we're going to the Final Four, and we lose in the first round. That is the definition. When you look up in the dictionary, the Tennessee thing to do, that is what is there.
No, that's not. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is with that. I don't know why people think that the other team is not trying to whoop Tennessee's ass. Because
I agree.
It's a 50. They didn't go out there saying, man, we're gonna lose.
No, they go out there saying, I know what's gonna happen. We better be ready.
They don't do that. These kids put on the cleats, the shoulder pads, they shoot the basketball the same way the other team do. There's a chance that both teams can lose the game. But there always got to always be a winner that comes out. But it's only Tennessee that does the Tennessee thing, though. Like, everybody expect Tennessee to look just like they did last year. You got a whole new staff of coaches that are teaching these kids to make these kids think totally different, teaching them how to become winners. But ain't nobody giving those kids a chance because of what they did last year.
No, I'm giving them a chance.
No, you ain't. You already saying they're doing the Tennessee thing.
No, I'm expecting. See, now I see the trap you're setting.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Here, when you look under Tennessee thing, 2 words in the dictionary, I just gave you definition number 1. Definition is number 2.
I'm gonna always stop you there because I played for Tennessee.
See, I don't have a comeback for that.
I get it.
That's a different
That's
era.
just like me
that's
telling,
back when players had heart.
Telling you that.
That's back when players had heart.
Every time. Hold on. There you go with that there.
There's
not one of those kids over there working their tails off, lifting all those weights, running all those sprints because they don't have heart. Take your ass over there and run one of those sprints. And I promise you, you'll change your mind about heart.
I won't change them if I think that Al Wilson had heart. They ain't nobody got that much heart on this team.
They got it over there, Bobby. They got it.
Where?
Bobby, until you go put your feet in them shoes.
I'm not.
Over there,
I know I don't have that kind of heart. I don't have no heart because I'm too fat and lazy.
Bobby, we had 100 of those just because Dre was he was more vocal with it. Hell, Jeff Coleman had
heart.
Jeff was the same way. But then nobody know that though, did they?
That's because y'all were 4 deep on the defensive line.
The problem is we haven't seen these kids be coached the way they should be coached.
Now, you just said something.
Ain't nobody blaming these coaches.
Hold up. You just said something. I think you just said a lot right there. And I was on the Jeremy Pruitt train. I thought because he had a bald head, he looked like Kojak, that he could coach. And he looked kind of mean. And he was I said, man, he was awful nice to us when we went in that meeting room. And I'm like, well, no, he looks like a coach. But I hope you're right.
Well,
and I used to put a lot of it on the players. And you used to, you said, well, the players still got to execute. If you say go left, they need to go left, lineman and assignment.
But when you don't have.
But when we're talking heart, I think they all have heart.
They all got heart, Bobby.
But they ain't all dogs.
They got dogs. They just don't know how to bark yet.
I said they ain't all dogs.
They got dogs. They just don't know how to bark
yet. No, they're
Bobby.
Puppies. Now, if they don't know how to bark yet, they're puppies.
They ain't being coached right.
Okay. You might have a point.
They're not being taught how to run through that wall. They don't have anybody to look at that has done that before.
And you think Heupel can do that?
It's going to take some time. It takes some time to get to where you think Alabama did that overnight?
No, they had a coach.
And when he first got there, he wasn't that good, was he? He lost some games too.
Yeah, didn't he lose to Louisiana Tech?
He lost some games
Louisiana
too.
Monroe or somebody.
Up until he got his class, let's say like his first class comes in. Until those kids become seniors, and the guys behind him is mimicking those guys to be doing exactly what they're doing and even better, that's when you have dogs. But if you don't have anybody to look up to mimic,
so you're saying we got to wait till we win before we get a dog?
It's going to take some time, Bobby. It's going to take some time.
Well, winning does breed success.
It's
national championship helps you recruit.
It does.
It's just like a self-fulfilling prophecy. We
need players. I mean, it's going to take at least 2-3 years to give this coach an opportunity. And I know everybody's saying, I'm tired of waiting to do this here. I can't, but it's not instant though. This is not instant mashed potatoes. You got to have soul food now.
I don't like instant mashed potatoes, but we need some instant mashed potatoes.
We can't, that ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Because if you, I mean, I get it. Because like it's going to take,
I don't know if you had them Bob Evans instant mashed potatoes. Now them are good.
That's different. You trying to get off the subject? I don't care, but I'm gonna let you hear it. That's just like me trying to jump in your 18-wheeler and tell you I'm a better driver than you from day one.
But we know you ain't.
Thank you. How long did it take you to get that good?
Well, I'm born that way.
It didn't take you 6 months, did it?
6 minutes.
Took you what? 5 years. You knew every stripe out there.
I was walking like I was something.
You knew what was going on
before I even had a license.
All the way up there.
It was the walk.
That the cops
I
on the
faked
side
it until I made it.
You knew the man had a flat over. That's why the traffic was. That's what it is. Same thing. These kids got to be taught. They got to get to the point where they know everybody's position. They know how to do the coach's job. Everybody on the same page. If you ain't got that, it ain't gonna work.
Well, I want to ask you this: coaches can't do what they used to be able to do back when you played.
What they can't do? Tell me what they can't do.
First of all, half of these players coming on campus are prima donnas. They got social media telling them they're the greatest thing ever, and you're going to be Neon Sanders, giving them nicknames, and they hadn't even got 1 hour of class under their belt. You didn't have that as much.
You know why?
Because you didn't have social media.
It don't matter. I don't care if we had social media.
I don't know. Dion was like that when he was.
You really think he was like that? But I guarantee you would have motivated his ass quick. Was that Pine?
Yeah.
Put him on that bench. I guarantee you.
That's the best motivator ever.
I guarantee you would have stopped.
Yeah.
Transfer. Bye. I'm telling you. You think these coaches, if they ain't, they better get right now.
Yeah, but I don't think they can get away with the technique in the way they talk to these players.
How come they can't?
Because I think we've got a pussified nation.
Here. I guarantee you, Nick Saban is saying it. I guarantee you, Dabo is saying it.
Because he got some hours.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Our coach ain't got them kind of hours.
But
neither did Jeremy Pruitt.
But guess what he can do? He can build himself up to be successful like that.
No, he needs to do like Nick Saban does and what Dabo does and get him some coaches that coach for him to do that, like Coach Brooks, the chief, all them boys. And, hey, delegate. He's a manager. Nick Saban's a manager.
And that's what I think the man is doing.
I hope so.
Because when I saw they had Coach Gardner, I was like, whoa. That's what I'm talking about. That's a home run hire.
Man, what I'd give to have Coach Brooks back. How old is he?
Coach ain't coming back, man.
I know that, but how old is he? Is he 70 yet?
Man, Coach
65.
Miss Kathy ain't letting Coach Brooks come back. No. We got some work to do over there, though, man. I mean, I'm serious. Like everybody. I think they may have got okay with the transfer portal or whatever, but I think the coaching changes that they got to create better opportunities to be better this year. I don't know. I can't even call the record because I don't know the man coaching style yet. I don't know how the offensive line coach is teaching them how to block. I do know that D-line going to be better than he was last year. I don't know what the LB is going to look like. I don't know what the DB is going to look like. I need to get over there and just watch them and see, the drive that the kids have. There's so much that's unanswered, until those coaches break those kids down, which is 5 stars, and build them back up and teach them how to become young men and let them be young men. It's going to be a while before Tennessee gets back to where we want them to get at. But it's going to take some time, guys. I mean, I know you done heard this before, but guess what? We keep changing coaches. And I mean, the change that we made this time, it was needed because of what was going on. But I think if Coach would have did what he should have did was got rid of Chris Winkie, offensive line coach, and got a quarterback coach that can teach those kids.
I think Chris Winkie was a coach here to pay us back for us beating them in the national
he sabotaged
championship. Yeah, he
us,
was.
Man. I told you that a long time
I
ago.
could tell by the way he was in that meeting that he was something fishy about him. I think he had one of them 3 cell phones. One of them was to the Kremlin. He kind of looked like that. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
What's that?
We're talking about, hey, we need to get a couple of players in there and pay them for coming into the new restaurant, this NIL. Do you like it or you hate it? Or what do you think? You think it's going to open up a can of worms? You tell me your opinion and I'll tell you mine.
I mean, I like it, giving the kids an opportunity to make extra cash or whatever, make some money or whatever. But I hope the kids do it the right way and don't get caught up in some bad situations. Don't forget what they're actually over there for, because it can come back to haunt them if they don't do it the right way. I don't know all of the rules or whatever, or what they can and cannot do, but if they don't have anybody, setting them up to take, at least $1 out of every $5 and put it away, because Uncle Sam gonna have his hand out.
Yeah, a lot of these kids don't know nothing about taxes.
You give a kid, $20,000 and don't take any taxes out of it, he's gonna spend $20,000.
Yep. And Uncle Sam don't like to be stolen from.
Yeah, he won't, because I still can't wait to see what he tell me. I hate Uncle Sam.
All right. I don't know where I stand on this because I keep changing my mind.
Just be honest.
No, it's not honest. I keep thinking about it and then I'm going, yeah.
What's to think about?
Well, I think this is America and I don't know why you can't get paid for your likeness. I also say, I used to say, well, they're getting a free education,
Ain't nothing free.
but they ain't nothing free about putting your literal life on the line. I mean, and nothing, like football. I mean, concussion, CTE, not only do you have class load, you got practice and, almost like a boot camp mentality. Although, it doesn't cost you money.
Don't.
For an education. But what I never liked is that the sports aren't equal. Football seems like they're the most restrictive, and I don't understand why, because baseball and basketball players get paid a lot more than football players on a salary on average. And you even whisper, I'm hiring an agent, you can't come back to football. But you can go say, I'm going to the NBA, kiss my, I'm gone, and I'm going to fulfill my dreams. You could have this great press conference, but up until this past year, if you didn't hire an agent, you can come back and change your mind.
Not with football.
Not with football. And I also didn't know that you was on scholarship on baseball. Very, very, very few, if any, baseball players have a full scholarship.
Very few.
I did not know that until Eric Westmoreland told us right down here in the garage that he was telling some of his boys, quarter paid, half paid, or I don't remember the percentages, but generally, a half scholarship. That was doing good in baseball. I didn't know that. I thought every athlete over there got a full ride. I didn't know that.
Track, partials.
And if you're in baseball, you get drafted by the Dodgers and get an $800,000 check, you can come play college football.
Yep.
There just seemed like a lot of hypocrisy. And I think that you should get paid for your likeness, especially, if they want to wait till after they get out, that's fine. But it's like Deuce, I believe it was Deuce. It might've been JC, where when they was playing that college football, who did that? EA. So one of them, the college football video game. Number 2 had his height, had his weight, exact weight in the program, had his skin color, had his, trash talking self, acted just like him, looked just like him, but he didn't get one penny off that.
School did.
School got money. So if you ask me what I think they should get paid, but like you said, it can open up a can of worms where, let's say Jim Haslam, we know he's wanting his team to win because he's been pulling strings like a puppet master anyway. He can say, you know what, Pilot Flying J, we're going to sponsor all the 5-star athletes in the entire country for $1 million. And the Nike guy says, we give them 1.5 and they're coming to Oregon. That oil man down in Oklahoma said, no, he's going to come work on the oil. Our oil company, Chesapeake Oil, we sponsoring them all for $3 million, and they come in here. That's where I see the can of worms opening up. The boosters will do anything to win. I would do anything to win. Just about. I would hope that I wouldn't do anything to win, but it's been so long since we won. It ain't cheating if you don't get caught. That old NASCAR rule. And if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Man. I mean, I told you I get it, man. It's just with me, like even back in my days. I mean, the likeliness, however they calling it, it wasn't that I wanted to be rich. I just wanted something to be able to, like go out to movies or something, or to go buy myself a new polo or something, or, being able to just, necessities, little things is what I need, not worrying about how to like, budget $500 a month to make it to the next month. Because that's what I got when I left off campus, was $499 a month.
Well, that because you're honorable. But when you got some of these guys like Justin Fields' manager is his dad, Toto's dad, saying, okay, we're going to the highest bidder here. That's where we're going to go. And they're going to manage them and say, no, we've already got one guy that's got $2 million NIL. And you got some guy I've never even heard of, a Tennessee player. He's sponsored by Crystal. I guarantee you all he's getting is a 6-pack of Crystals every day. It's probably all he's getting.
I saw that. So here, tell me this here, though. So all these kids that everybody's talking about, their parents is bidding wars. How did they know these things?
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying.
I can see it happening.
So you can see it happening. You say it happened, but did it happen?
Well, I know that's what Derek King, or what? How do you say his first name in Miami? Derek? Is it Derek?
Yeah.
Where his brother's his manager and fielding all these endorsement deals and stuff like that. And he told that one company, no, he's worth $20,000 a year. No, I ain't taking no $1,000. And he's just a small example because he's not a high profile name, even though I think he's a great player. But But some of these quarterbacks, what about Trevor Lawrence last year if they'd have had it? Buick would have probably been, no, not Buick. Who would have been a good sponsor for Trevor?
Man, it was a lot of people. He could have did the what was the
shampoo commercial?
Yeah, it's like
Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll give you $3 million. Tell everybody you use Head and Shoulders.
So what is wrong with that?
Nothing, not a thing.
So I've always been the type that I don't get jealous or care about what everybody else get. I care about myself, and that's what I wish everybody would learn how to do.
But what I'm saying is, it opens up a can of worms.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's guidelines. There are guidelines.
That's the point. I've not seen any guidelines.
And
what are the guidelines? Nobody's explained it to me.
But the kids know. It's not for us to know because we're not the ones
know.
The kids, come on now. The kids.
So if they get in trouble, they don't have any excuse because they know.
They know. Trust me, they do.
All right.
I knew the consequences. If I took money from an agent and I got caught, I knew the consequences.
Can they? I don't think that's part of this. They can't take money from an agent.
I'm just saying though, the consequences. Yeah. There are some consequences. They know the consequences.
How many players have taken money from an agent before they were allowed?
There are consequences. If they get in, they get caught or whatever, there's consequences. That goes against the school, the agent, all that.
Yeah, there's consequences if you get caught.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I knew if I knew the consequences, so I didn't do it. It wasn't.
Everything comes to light. Just about.
It wasn't worth the risk.
Everything comes to light except who shot JR. That's the only thing I can think of. It hasn't come to light.
It will. I mean, because soon as
I think Bobby did it.
So, for instance, I'll say this here: if like you sign with a sponsor, you doing all this and all that, and you do something like jump ship to a better sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's one thing that I always knew about some of these guys. If they took money on the table, that old sponsor is going to tell it all. Oh, we was giving them this here before that there. But there's so many rules now, like with agents. If they get caught, they get their license revoked.
That's true.
There's a lot of things now. But there's ways around that.
There's a loophole to everything.
Yes.
I'm in favor of it as long as there are some guidelines and there are some rules to it where you just can't turn into some corporate bidding war for your alma mater.
I want them to get as much money as they can.
Well, if I was there, I'd want to too.
So I just wish people would stop trying to negotiate what these kids are worth. If they're able to,
you know how much these kids are worth. Whatever they can get,
exactly.
That's how much they're worth.
Exactly. It's you know, if it's allowed, do it. It'd be different.
What limits would you put on this NIL? What rules? If you could write 2 or 3 rules, what would the first 2 or 3 rules be?
I want to be treated like my dad getting paid from this company. If I go to this company and interview with them to become someone that's going to write my check, I want to be treated just like the next man.
Explain.
If you go to Crystal's and apply for a job and they pay you $200 an hour,
mm-hmm.
I think I should be able to go to Crystal's and ask for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be that I can't get the same thing because I play football or vice versa.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I want to be treated just like the next man. I don't want to be looked at because I play football. I don't deserve to get that because he plays football,
mm-hmm.
or he plays basketball.
A lot of these kids, this college experience may be the only chance they get at any decent money ever in their life.
I just get tired of hearing people judging other people's pockets.
There's kids I know that are on full scholarship, academic scholarship. They can go get a job anywhere.
Yeah.
There's some academic scholarship kids that have zero restrictions on what money they can go earn and what job they can have. They can even start a company like Facebook and be a billionaire before the eligibility runs out on an academic scholarship. That's the only thing I don't think is fair about it.
And that's the part that the kids, I've always said, it's not fair. I had to quit job because they didn't think I should be working because I was walking on concrete.
That's pretty lame, though. What is walking on concrete? How's that hurt your knees? They say the shock of walking on concrete is why you couldn't do that job cleaning up a warehouse. Well, what job could you do that they'd allow?
Nothing.
Yeah, but they didn't have them little. Hey, I've been in a lot of beer warehouses. Them warehouse cleaners has got golf carts with a little long pole and a little handle thing they squeeze and they pick up something, put it in the thing in the back, or they get to drive that little sweeper thing that has the spinning things. Man, there ain't nothing hard about that.
It wasn't hard. It was easy. All I had to do was clean the beer up if they dropped the case of beer or something. And if a case of beer was out of place, I put it in the right place.
Speaking of beer, some of y'all may be joining us. The Volunteer Roadshow is starting in a new venture. Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill, located at 7535 Connor Road, just off of Emory Road, exit 112 in Powell, Tennessee, 4 miles north of the 640 bypass in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is the outside of it with the old name on it. Speaking of this sign, this thing right here, BVD, or was it BVD? Somebody said that I'm so lazy that I'm going to have a sign right there that says reserve parking catfish at the front door so I don't have to walk from the parking lot. And I said, you know what? That ain't a bad idea. I wouldn't do it right in front of the sidewalk. I'd pull up, have it about 6 or 8 feet up in the front of that.
Oh, man, I know what it's going to be like.
But this is the outside of it. We're super proud of it. We thought about 100 different names. We even, I think the worst name, Billy, that we got from suggestions from everybody, including your teammates that gave suggestions for the name, was 40 Acres and a Mule by Sean Johnson, number 35.
That's the drop the mic one.
And he told me to shut up and go to sleep, Catfish. That's the name of it. I got all these drawings in my mind I'm going to make for a logo, but here's one of them. Number 1. Number 2, potential logo. Number 3. 3 is my favorite. We got the Leybrandt family says, hey, Billy. This is the bar inside. This is where Billy's going to run the front end, is what they call it in the restaurant business. Here's the front end. These 2 pictures right here. Big old place, nearly 7,000 square feet. And I didn't take a picture of the patio. I did, but I don't know where it is. Where is that? I did take one of the patio. Where is that? I know I took one of the patio. Didn't I?
You sure you didn't delete it?
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to show y'all the picture of the patio. What happened? No, I didn't delete it. This patio is nice, isn't it, Billy?
It is.
Where'd it go? I think this is it. Let's see. All right, let me come over here and add it. I think this is it. Let's see. This is looking from the back door into the patio, I think. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Big old patio out back. Now, we've done a lot of pressure washing out here. Made it look brand new.
Yeah, that's way cleaner than that.
Oh yeah, that pressure washer we bought, nice.
I like that machine you got, the little
Oh, the little round thing
clean,
that cleans the concrete. That is pretty good.
It worked.
And see, I'm just a money cruncher, so that's why I like this picture the most.
You're gonna see how when you start sweating, all that heat on that thing come off.
I need to. I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm gonna run the back end. I'm gonna be like that real famous chef that they do that TV show about that he runs this really high end where you almost have to wear a tuxedo. You know, one of them places where you get a menu and there ain't no price on it.
Yeah.
And if they do have the word price, it says market price.
Market.
Yeah. One of them kind of restaurants, and they're yelling at each other in the back. They're screaming and cussing. That's going to be me back there. Ah, dang it, Carter, where's my French fries for table 37?
I can hear
Get off your phone, Carter.
I can hear you right now,
Jackson, you go put your phone up in your cubby hole right now. That's what I'm going to be doing.
I can hear you doing that too.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting hungry now.
I done ate. I'm full. I was actually sleepy when I got up here. Real sleepy. Now I'm awake. I still got paperwork to do. Well, anyway, anything else you want to talk about? Who's going to win the fight tomorrow? McGregor or Portier? I'm going to go with Portier.
I'm quite sure they're going to decision.
Who wins game 3?
Blowout Bucks.
I'm fixing to put some money on this game right now. I'm down to $6.61. I'm going to put $2 on something right now. And y'all remember the days when we used to do our betting? Let's see. This song always makes me make good picks on my betting. Let's see.
My lady at the casino, she lost all the money. She said, don't feel sorry for me. No. Don't feel sorry, honey. But if you want to do a favor.
Let's see what the spread.
Here's what I want you
Phoenix Suns are underdog by 4. Over under is 222.
Just loan me $2.
And Phoenix is plus 155.
Tell her next time I see you. But these last $2.
Speaking of my last $2, ain't quite my last $2. I'm down to $6.61. I was going to save this all for football season because that's what I know. And I was going to dig myself out of the hole and get back up to 100 or so. But I think I'm going to take Phoenix in the plus 4. And I'm going to put $4 on it. They can still lose. And Catfish can still smile all the way to the bank. Put up 2 to win $1.82. I'm not quite confident enough to go with the money line. But if I had to pick a money line, I'd probably take Milwaukee, though.
Why would you do that when he's safe with the other one?
No, I said if I had to pick one of the money lines. Because I think there's a good chance that Milwaukee won't let this thing go 3-0. Because if they do, it's over.
You already said they're getting swept.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people say things they exaggerate
Mm-hmm.
to make a point.
Mm-hmm.
That I was trying to emphasize how good Phoenix is.
Yeah, I'll hear you.
Anyway, I got $2 riding on that plus 4 in Phoenix, and we'll find out on Sunday. What time is the game?
I think it's a night game. So.
Yeah, 8:05. I'm probably going to regret betting so soon. It'll probably go to +7 by the time tip off, and I'm going, dang, I wish I could grab 3 more points. Anyway, I guess that's all we got to talk about other than come out and see us at Billy Ratliff's Tap 40 Grill. Love to have you. We're going to try to be open by August. Thanks for watching. Let's see. I got to go out with a good song. Okay, what happened when we played in a while?
I don't forget what's all over there.
Oh, this ain't mine, so I don't even know what's on this one. Well, we'll just go out with Rock the Top. Thanks for tuning in. Go Vols. What kind of outrageous statement can I make? I know we ain't going 15-0. Oh, if Tennessee's favored over Alabama by 1 point, I'm taking Alabama all day long, and I'll laugh all the way to the bank. I promise you that.
People always ask, where did we get the name Blue Water Climate Control? When a Navy ship casts off lines, exits the harbor, and loses sight of land, that's blue water sailing. It takes a team of people to do that. Tireless work, focus, and attention to detail. So much of starting a business is just like that. After it's done, you get filled with deep satisfaction for accomplishing something, and it's quickly followed by, now the real work begins. We're Blue Water Climate Control.